The skill of composure. So this is basically the underlying skill that you will need for just about everything you do in conscious discipline. You've got to be composed. You've got to be calm. Think about if you had a loved one on the ground and they needed medical attention and you called 911. You called the EMT and they came in and they were hysterical. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is going on? You would say, oh my gosh, is this person okay? I need your help. What do we want our EMTs? What do we want our medical personnel to be like? We want them to be calm. We want them to come in and say, don't worry, I got this. When our kids are having big emotions, when they're angry, when they're fuming, when they're upset, when they feel like no one wants them, no one likes them, when they feel like everyone hates them, they need a calm adult. And what that adult does is being calm takes an elevated child. Being regulated will regulate another person. So the skill of composure is literally looking at, are you calm? Are you who you need to be before you interact with this child? Another way of looking at it is, are you co-regulating or are you co-escalating? Because a lot of times teachers or adults who don't have composure will say they'll be angry. They look for punitive measures. They lose the skill. Instead of wanting to help the child, they want the child to suffer. They want the child to be punished. And again, don't take that to mean there's no consequences. Conscious discipline has consequences, 100%. But a consequence is something you learn from. Punishment is something you retreat from. And when adults lose their composure, they become angry. Composure is basically being the person you want that kid to be. And so many times when these children trigger us, we just can't find that composure. We take it personal. We believe it's their behavior is on purpose. There's malice. It's even disrespect. Here's something to think about. Let's say it is. Let's say it is disrespect. Let's do devil's advocate. Let's say it is disrespect. What does getting angry at them teach them? Does it just teach them that they can pretty much manipulate the situation, get sent out of the room, get sent to be paddled, get sent home? Okay, they got out of the room. But let's say you see this as the child is dysregulated. The child is overwhelmed. The child is struggling with their work and they don't know where to start. And it's better in America or anywhere to be bad than stupid, right? So this dysregulation causes a dysregulation in the adult, and the adult has to go first. We've been here longer. We have to be the ones that go first. We have to be the ones that say, this is how you act in this situation. And we model that through composure. Whatever you do with these kids, you have to strive to maintain your composure. And you do that by taking 3 deep breaths. You practice the pause before you engage with these students, especially the ones that trigger you. You know, if you can handle kids throwing chairs, if you can handle cussing, but you can't handle back talk, then that's going to be a trigger. And what that trigger means, and we hear this a lot, is, you know, I would never have spoken like this to my parents. I would never have done this to my parents, you know, and I get it. It's different today. It's just different. And maybe it's different because a lot of the positives we grew up with are no longer here. And the kids are dysregulated more so because they're missing a lot of those positive things we took for granted or we had. You got kids today playing video games 3 to 4 hours every night. You got kids today who are disconnected from their friends and peers, and they're online playing video games with complete strangers because they don't have a peer group. And it's not just our teens, it's in our middle schools, it's in our elementary schools. These kids need role models, and these kids need us to be composed. So when we are feeling ourselves get dysregulated, remember, a dysregulated adult cannot regulate a dysregulated child, because the mirror neurons were too connected. So you have to regulate yourself. Practice that pause, 90 seconds. Take those 3 deep breaths. There's nothing wrong with stepping away and then addressing a child in a calmer state. And then once you link in that way, then move forward on deciding what the proper discipline to be. What's the missing skill? What is this behavior trying to tell us? Because when I ask myself why and why now, I usually find answers to why the child is acting that way and why are they acting that way at a certain time. The behavior is the clue. We have to dig deeper for the meaning, and we will not be able to access our higher thinking skills to teach or to help build these skills in these children so they can learn until we're calm and regulated. Remember, stress brains can't learn, stress brains can't teach. Use the power of perception to say no one can make you angry unless you let them, and use the skill of composure to be that person you want that child to be. All right. I wish you well moving forward. Remember, these are quick dives. You've got your conscious discipline book to go deeper, but these are just bite-sized nuggets so you can kind of take the essence of each one and hopefully put it in your practice. See you soon.